Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Juan right here, your favorite marketer's favorite marketer, creator of thecashthing.com. Be sure you guys check that out. You're absolutely going to love it. The information can truly be life-changing if you're willing to apply yourself and just take some action. You guys are probably wondering why I have a copy of Secrets of the Millionaire Mind right here by T. Harv Eker. We'll get to that in just a second, guys. But first, I want to talk about something pretty serious, something that a lot of people don't seem to talk about today. I never really hear entrepreneurs really talking about this, and I think it needs to be something that's brought up a lot more often because I think it's something very serious. And before we get into it, guys, if you guys are new here, I appreciate you guys for swinging by the channel. Wow, I absolutely love teaching people. A lot of the things that I've learned over the last almost decade and a half, I've been in this industry. I've been all over the place, met some incredible people, built some amazing relationships. I've created some absolute amazing friendships with people from all over the world, and I absolutely love what I do. And I'm in a position now, through the good graces of God, to be able to give back, and that's what I'm talking about here, ladies and gentlemen. I had an interesting conversation with someone yesterday who asked me, again, a question that I think was a very, very good question, but it's just not talked about enough. And the individual asked me, what do I think about entrepreneurship and dating? And I said, well, what do you really mean by that? Can you kind of reframe the question again? Because I think, everybody really wants to know about entrepreneurship and dating and how it affects either side, of the coin. If you're an entrepreneur and you're dating, how does dating affect your entrepreneur lifestyle, right? Yes, that's what we're talking about. And on the flip side of the coin is if you're dating, how does casually dating, an entrepreneur per se, affect, your dating or casual dating lifestyle? So this individual was just kind of asking me what were some of my thoughts around this subject, and what my best advice would be for this individual to move forward and to begin to build a life by design. My answer to that is real simple, guys. I'm a person of extreme passion. I'm a person of extreme discipline. And one of the things that's allowed me to really put myself in a position to where, being disciplined, focusing on my passions, my goals, my dreams, my visions, my ambitions. One of the things that's allowed me to 100% focus on those things always is to really refrain really from the whole casual the dating scene. I'm going to be posting a video series called Sleeping with the Enemy. I don't know if that title will remain the final title, but expect this video series to be dropping next week. And this video series is going to be running in conjunction with my current video series, Mental Health is the New Rich. There's already 2 videos in that series. If you guys haven't checked those out, very, 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 very powerful information, life-changing information, just in those few minutes of me talking in regards to why mental health is the new rich in 2020 and beyond. So what are my thoughts on dating and entrepreneurship? My thoughts are this, gentlemen. And this is specifically for the men who are listening. This is specifically for my brethren who are listening to this message. It's very, 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 very important to, 1, know your worth. 2, know where you're going. And the only way that you can know where you're going is you must write your goals down. You have to know where you're going. And 3, you really have to make a real decision that living a life by design, building a life of your own making, and leaving a legacy for you and yours, that has to be something that remains at the forefront of your mind. And the only way that that's going to happen, guys, is if you read books like this, which is why I actually have this book out. This is this week's book recommendation. I actually just pulled this book out of my library. I haven't read this book in a while. It's probably been maybe 2.5 years since I've even picked this book up. I'm about to binge read it again within the next few weeks or so, draft some new notes out of it. I learn something new every time I read this book. It's a phenomenal read. I've owned this particular copy for probably 4 or 5 years now. I have another copy, which is an older version of this same book. And I've had that one for many, many years. But this one I've owned for quite a few years now. And again, I've read this probably twice. I'm about to binge read it again because these are the things that I do or one of the things that I do to remain focused, disciplined, and absolutely tenacious, vicious, aggressive towards my goals on a daily basis. Now, getting back to the whole dating, entrepreneurship, and relationship scenario, it's really important for most of you to understand that most of you watching this video, 90% of you watching this video, are actually already sleeping with the enemy, and you don't even realize it. So what do I mean by that? You're in a relationship, and this relationship doesn't have to be intimate or sexual or anything like that. It could be friendships, guys. Friendships are some of the worst relationships that you can get involved in if you're not careful. They can be 10 times worse than a physical relationship. So friendships, don't sleep on the negative friends, the low vibrational energy friends, the friends that are broke minds, because as I mentioned in many of my videos, there's no vaccine and no cure for the broke mind, ladies and gentlemen. There is no cure for the broke mind. You must get away and detach from these individuals immediately, period, for your own sake, for your own health, mental stability, etc., etc. You cannot possibly, as a man or woman, for that fact, but again, specifically for my brethren, you cannot possibly live a life by design with the distractions coming from salty, faulty, toxic relationships. And I teach my students this, and I constantly keep it at the forefront of their minds all the time, because a bad relationship, guys, I've seen bad relationships ruin so many, not just profitable, but potential businesses, that people start, maybe perhaps they quit in a week or 2 weeks because, their spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, whomever, said that they would never make it. They wouldn't allow, they wouldn't amount to anything if they continued doing this business, whatever that may be, right? You ever had anybody talk to you like that? I remember when I first got into this industry, so many people, said that I wouldn't make it and I'm wasting my time. I should just, insert myself back in corporate America, work a 9 to 5 till I die. No, thank you, right? I was never interested in that life, that slave life, right? Yes, that's what I'm talking about, guys. Keep your mind right. Get around people who don't have broke minds. Stay around those types of individuals. And if it means cutting off all your friends and family, hey, a job's a job, mate. But on a more serious note, yes, guys, mental health is the new rich in 2020. And the way you keep your mind right is by constantly keeping your mind in books like this. Yes, we live in a day and age where you can get some of the best minds in paperback for pennies on the dollar, guys. Wow, My first copy of this book I actually got from a thrift store. I think I paid $2 for it, $1.50 or $2 for it. It's sitting in my library, and I've had it for years and years. And go to a thrift store, back when they open back up. Order it. Go on Amazon, eBay, whatever it is that you have to do. Get your hands on this book. Get your hands on a book and focus on building your legacy. Don't put your energy into toxic relationships. And one of the things that I want you guys to do after you watch this video is I really want you to take just a few minutes. I want you to get relaxed. Grab your favorite drink, whatever that may be. Hell, even grab a shot of whiskey or a beer if that's your thing. Hey, if it's your thing, it's your thing, right? And what I want you to do is grab a pencil and a paper, and I want you to write down the 5 people that are the closest to you in your life. Now, the 5 people who are the closest to you in your life doesn't necessarily mean that they're close to you in the means of physical interactions. They can be close to you because you text them every day, etc., etc. So write down those 5 names or 10 names, right, of people you talk to every day on Facebook, people you text, people you have conversations with on a daily basis, right? The boyfriend or girlfriend you with. I really want you to critique these individuals that are in your life. And once you write all those names down, I want you to understand one thing. Those names are the exact blueprint of who you are as an individual. Now, that's a disturbing thought for a lot of people, but I promise you it's true. And you'll have a lot of people, and I used to say this myself, no, that can't be me. That's not me. I'm nothing like her. I'm nothing like him. I'm nothing like them, right? Yes, you are. You're exactly like them. Your credit score is the same. You guys drive the same cars. You live in about the same size house. All of your habits, your disciplines, if any, are all the same. And if you don't like that individual, you know what to do. Change the people around you. And that was actually one of the building blocks to me seeing massive success in this industry. I started to get around the people who were actually talking about something, guys. People who possess real knowledge, people who possess real education, people who were on a goal and a mission to just help educate and build the people around them. And that's what I do now. Wow. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Get away from the broke minds, ladies and gentlemen. Look out for part 2 of this video because there's so much more, but I want to keep this video around 10 minutes. Pick up a copy of Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, this week's book recommendation, and I'll see you guys at the bank. Yes.